spiritually, emotionally, physically, and financially before having each child.
Catholic Engaged Encounter is an international organization that helps couples prepare for marriage in the Catholic Church. The organization hosts weekend retreats that offer engaged couples the opportunity for in-depth discussions on various topics, ranging from communication and finances to having children.
It's really wonderful for our marriage to be able to share with you guys.
The retreat is led by 2 married couples and a priest or deacon. The leadership team shares personal experiences as well as the teachings of the church.
Couples today are so bombarded by things of the world where they're being told, you need to do this, you got to have that, you got to have this sports fund, you got to have this car, you got to have all the different things of the world to make you a complete and wonderful, happy person. And you got to step out of that really to listen to what God is calling and talking to you about.
During the weekend, like this one in Northern Kentucky, couples have a chance for personal reflection and discussion about the topics that are presented.
The value of having a whole weekend to talk about all different topics that are going to be throughout your whole marriage is so precious that you get to have that time with your spouse. There's not a price you can put on it.
The format of the weekend encourages reflection and dialogue.
The environment also helps them to be more open, to really get into talking to each other. The things that they share after the weekend, it really affirms that, wow, you know, their communication is way better than when they got here.
If you go to an engagement kind of weekend, you most likely are going to have the tools to get ahead and to also to have a successful marriage.
Many couples who attend a weekend before they were married end up volunteering with the organization as a way to share what they've learned with engaged couples. Some of the volunteer opportunities include the presenting couple, the finance couple, the hosting and check-in couple, the registration couple, the prayer couple, the social media website couple, and the local community leadership couple. Engaged couples of all backgrounds who are preparing for marriage in the Catholic Church can attend the weekend.
We felt like we kind of brought a unique perspective because we had been previously married and our marriages were annulled, and so we're in grace with the church, but yet they need to understand that even good people going into a marriage sometimes don't see everything clearly.
We're living out marriage every day, so we're giving a real life experience about what it means to be a married couple.
The organization is a like-to-like ministry, so the presenting couples are essentially on the same level as the engaged couples.
As leaders, I don't see ourselves as, oh, this is how to do it, or above the engaged couples, because I believe that we're learning from them as well. We're getting back so much from being leaders ourselves.
So I think it's really good for them to kind of see that marriage is not just a title. It's a life-giving decision, and it's also a lifestyle as well.
Engaged couples who attend the retreat say the experience helped them deepen their relationship.
It's been very eye-opening, I think, for us. Having been dating for 7 years, life just gets in the way of, talking about certain things that you just don't think about on a day-to-day basis.
It's cool to make a checklist of kind of like what's important to you and then what's important to your fiance, and then kind of compare it and see where each other's at, like, oh, why do you value that, and so forth. So it's a really good way to kind of get a little vision of what you both value.
Attendees say their relationship grew to a new level as a result of going on the retreat.
We came into this feeling we knew everything about each other, but just through the prompts and the writing we did for each other, we explored deeper parts of those things that we had talked about, and definitely came to know each other in a deeper way.
I think we really found that putting God in the center of our relationship is going to help strengthen not just what we have now, but where we will be later in life with all these challenges.
Mass is celebrated at the end of the weekend. Couples also have the opportunity to go to confession.
By the end of the retreat, generally they say, there's so many things we didn't know about each other, and we're so glad. So many couples even say, we had never prayed together until this retreat, and we prayed together for the first time.
The seeds that we're planting now aren't really going to be needed until they kind of hit the pavement and they hit the real nitty-gritty of life. So the hope is that, you know, along the way when they hit those, hopefully the flashbacks from, oh, you remember when they talked about this? And that's, I think, where God can work too. He can bring those back into play.
Many engaged couples who go on a weekend decide to get involved in the organization after their marriage to help other couples through the process.
Seeing the other couples and the presenting couples, I think, really has inspired us to be that. And to really to live that and show that outward side constantly. You can see that in the couples that presented, I mean, throughout the entire retreat, and I think that in itself is inspiring.
That's what happens in the weekends. You grow as a couple, you grow in love, and when you have that experience, you want to share this with, because God had given you that it's a gift from God that you have that relationship, and you don't want to just keep it to yourself. You want to go and share with the rest of the couples.
Archbishop Joseph Kurtz, who has been involved in the organization for many years, says there's always a benefit for the couples who choose to volunteer and give back.
Couples who I have heard get involved in Engaged Encounter, they say, hey, it's good for our marriage. It helps us in our own dialogue, and it keeps us fresh and alive. So I think seeing the witnesses of couples who are volunteering in Engaged Encounter, that's in a sense a certain form of ongoing formation for them.
Catholic Engaged Encounter works hard to ensure that all engaged couples have all of the tools necessary for a healthy and successful marriage.
This is why we do this. You know, this is why we believe in this ministry, because we feel like we're giving something to these couples that they can't get anywhere else.
For more information on Catholic Engaged Encounter, or to find a weekend in your area, visit engagedencounter.org.